I have heard that there were 33 gods and goddess in Vedic times. The number 33 is used often. In fact, it's also used in Buddhist mythology. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm reading book Devlok with Devdutt Patnayak. It's a talk with Devdutt Patnayak ji, and today I'm gonna start reading part 15, Vedic gods and goddess. It is said that Indra sits in heaven, which has 33 gods and goddess. So the number 33 is important. Here there are 12 Adityas. This comes from the word Aditi and is the name of the gods and of the sun. Then there are 8 Vasus associated with earth and 11 Maruts who are associated with Vayu, with storms. Maruti is one of Hanuman's name and Vayu is Hanuman's father. Then there are two Ashwini Kumars. In the Mahabharata, they are the fathers of Nakul and Sahadev. These are the 33 gods. Some we are familiar with, some we are not. These gods are usually invoked. The Adityas, sun, Vasus, earth, Maruts, wind, Ashwini Kumars, morning and evening stars. Who are these 33 gods? In Vedic times, 3000 to 4000 years ago, people performed yajna, which did not have an idol. Gods and goddesses were described in words through mantras, but they had no form. The Vedas talk of three words: Bholok, Swarglok, or the sky that has stars, planets, galaxies, and the space in between. These is Antariksh or atmosphere. So, probably these are gods of nature. The most popular Vedic god is Indra. Second is Agni, then Som, Vayu, Mitra, Varun, etc. Any goddess? There are goddesses, but very few. There is Usha, dawn, Prithvi, earth, Aranyani, forest, Aditi, mother of the Devas, Vagdevi, associated with speech and language, like Saraswati. Vedas place a lot of importance on language. In fact, Vedang refers to etymology, grammar, meter. These are all parts of language which people associate with Saraswati. Although Saraswati is mentioned as a river in the Vedas, some scholars believe that to be a metaphor for the river of knowledge. In texts called Brahmans, where yajnas are described, you'll find many stories. One such refers to the Rakshasis, Dirghajivi, who has a long tongue and steals the somras from the gods. People say that perhaps this same Dirghajivi became Kali over time. This is all speculation, of course. Do the gods mentioned in the Purans find a different shape and forms in the Vedas? They don't have a form at all in the Vedas. They are Nirakar. There are many descriptions. They are strong, powerful, etc. In the Purans, we form an image of Shiv as Dikambar, ash smeared, wearing elephant skin. Vishnu wears Pitambar, is smeared with chandan, and wears a Vajayanti mala. These visual cues are absent in the Vedas. It's all abstract in the Vedas, whereas in the Purans, it's concrete, refers to form, and has stories. In the Vedas, characters rather than stories are important. You can say the Vedas are the seed and the Purans the fruit. The seed gives rise to the tree which bears the fruit. The distance between the seed and fruit is the distance between the Vedic and Puranic gods and goddess. Who are the most famous gods of the Vedas? There are 1,000 poems in the Vedas called Sukta. Of these, a quarter are devoted to Indra, described as great, brave, virile, one who solves problems, goes to war, kills Vrith, brings rain, releases water, frees cow. However, in the Purans, he is Brahma's son, insecure, always afraid that someone, Rakshasas or Asur, will steal his wealth or that some rishi will take away his position by doing tapasya. He is envious of kings too and lives hedonistically among the Apsaras. So he is not worshipped. There are no temples devoted to him. But in the Vedas, it was his name that was always chanted in mantra after mantra. So it's a big shift that occurred between the two ages. Isn't there any Indra story in the Vedas? There are some, but not as many as in the Purans. There's fun. There's one famous story. A woman called Apla develops a skin disease that makes her look ugly. Her husband orders her to return to her parents since he cannot bear the sight of her anymore. As she is walking through the forest, she breaks off some twigs and stops to chew on one. A man appears and asks whether it's from a som tree and what the juice is like. Whether she says it's good, he asks her where she found the tree. She offers to take him there. On the way, when he asks her if she knows who he is, she says that she's heard Indradev like Somras a lot, so he must be him. She then tells him that despite her father's reverence and sacrifices to Indra, there had not been a drop of rain in their field. When they reach the Som tree, Indra helps himself to Somras and is pleased. He tells her that from the next day her father's farm will not be dry. Then he cures her disease and disappears. The story tells of Indra's great fondness for Somras so much so that even if we accidentally find it, Indra shows up. In Puranic times, gradually the word becomes a god's name. So even if you accidentally take his name, all your sins will be forgiven. There is the story of Ajmil, a gambler who angrily calls his son, whose name is Narayan. Just by uttering a god's name, he is freed of his sins and is admitted to Vaikuntha. Accidental fortune, one can say. Apla, Ajmil both find accidental fortune. The Vedic story is presented in another form in the Purans. The basic bhav or earth called Nirguni. The meaning is the same in both. The body has changed, but the Atma is the same. So, this is it for today. I'll be back. Till then, keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.